this is not a what if. This is actually about Baby Yoda. Why he is not a villain. And why he is just for eating the eggs. See, Baby Yoda is, how do I put this? He's a baby. And he's a species we do not really understand that much. But we do know his species lives hundreds upon hundreds of years. We do know that it takes forever for their bodies to develop. And the fact that his hunger, or his appetite is quite large for a size. Because one egg should be enough to fill him up. Of a tiny egg. But we've seen how much he'll eat. He'll eat a lot. So, which means that he has a high metabolism. Now, if you take all these factors in to it, in survival-wise and natural, nature, it understands why. I'll explain that in a minute. But there's also another thing. He is a baby. You cannot call him a villain because he does not understand what he is doing. If he understood, then yes, you could. And he didn't. But he doesn't. He doesn't truly comprehend any of it. He's a baby. How much of a monster do you have to be to criticize a baby doing what it feels like it needs to do by nature to survive? That's his instincts kicking in, survival instincts, which probably means he needs more to eat than, in certain chemicals, certain nutrition than he's getting. Which is understandable since Mandalorians don't know how much food and what types of food to actually feed a Baby Yoda. Now, going on to the fact that what he's eating and why he's eating so much of it. Okay, one, they live upon hundreds and hundreds of years, so they need something they need enough nutrition in their body that they can actually eat until, that they can develop the bones and everything and the muscles and all that can last hundreds upon hundreds of years. So you can't really blame him for that. Well, he needs it for that. Not including he burns through it by nature quite a bit, which is probably something that Yoda probably did because Yoda would often, when we went hunting back after it was done, if you read the comics, he would go hunting and kill something, kill this like, I can't remember exactly how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. It was a creature bigger than him usually. Now, and he would use a bow to kill this thing. This thing, he would eat it quite quickly. It wouldn't last but a few meals. A creature is the size of him. Well, if you include the tail, a bit bigger. And you take away all the, bones and all that, it's still quite a bit of meat. It's like telling a grown man with a fair amount of weight, hey, there's this buck here. I expect you to eat it in 2 days. Or 3 days. That's not going to happen. It takes forever to eat an entire deer. For a family, it takes days. Now, so you got the fact that his body burns through a lot, not including using the force can actually cause you to burn through because the microorganisms need more, nutrition. So do you when you use it. So that's another reason. So you got the force, you got how much he needs to, develop it, not including since they age slowly, means their body naturally goes through quite a bit of energy to properly reproduce the cells to make them where they can last longer. Which is basically the same thing, but I just want to put more detail in that. So let's say that there's two things. Long lasting and the force. Then we also have the fact that he's a baby. Now, what's one of the most important things for a baby's body development? Can anyone tell me? Protein. That's the answer. Protein. Why eggs, all that white stuff in the eggs that you cook and eat. When you cook it, all that white stuff. That's pure protein. You eat none but that and don't eat the yolk, you're just going to be drinking something. You're going to be eating something that's pure protein, nothing else. Now, the yolk is full of cholesterol and a few other things, which is full of the nutritions mixed with the protein, what a baby needs to develop. Now, if you take all this into the factors, this would be a reasonable, thing for a baby. At least for his kind, especially, because he would need so much of it. That would also explain why he's constantly trying to munch on them. And every time we turn around, he wants to eat more of them. Um, it's because he just wants. He's hungry. He's by nature. He is a scavenger. Basically, he will scavenge to survive, just like everything will. He will hunt down his prey, and to them, a baby Yoda, the only thing that they can hunt down is something in egg form, or something that's basically defenseless, which is an egg, really, because he's pretty much defenseless, so it'd be a draw right there. So to maximize the efficiency and the probability of survival, it would have to be a egg. And this makes sense by, the laws of nature. So even if some people say it's more or less a joke about it, not really. They're actually showing examples and proving, even if it's a joke, they're showing, hey, this means a lot, but he's still going to do it. When you think about it, it's not really that he's doing it out of meanness or anything like that. The fact is that he cannot survive without food. Nothing can. And he is hungry, so he must eat. Now, what is he going to eat? This best one by nature? Eggs. They're full of nutrition. That's why he went instinctively after the thingies. The spiders in the last episode. Eggs. So he knew he couldn't get them eggs, but he was still starving. Yes, I said starving, because that's pretty much what he was. Now, he is just you can't really blame him, because, and not including the fact that he has the force, which tells him, hey, you can devour this. It's got nutrition and it's defenseless. Like, that's probably how they would hunt when they're babies. They get separated on their plant, which means that plant is probably full of creatures that have eggs or something that mass produce. Maybe there's a wildlife that is commonly produces them, or maybe the world that they live on is a hidden world with bugs that they have, or creatures that lay eggs to feed their young. I don't know, but the point is, Baby Yoda can't be blamed for eating what he needs to survive and to grow. You want to blame a child for that? Maybe you should go look at your life choices and say, well, fuck, I think I'm a horrible human being. That's all.